Hello students. So that day in the previous lecture we are done till cell shape, cell size, this cell theory, and then the overview of the cell. So today we will be discussing the next topic in continuation to that is prokaryotic cell. We have already started in junior classes what is a prokaryotic cell and what is a eukaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell we have studied till now. Yes, it is a cell that lacks proper envelope, okay, and thus all the organelles they lie inside the cytoplasm, whereas in case of eukaryotic cell the organelles they are well developed and the well developed nucleus with the nuclear envelope and the cell wall is there. So that will be eukaryotic cell, we will be discussing later on. So first of all let us discuss about the prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell is basically represented by bacteria. The smallest it is represented by bacteria, then it is blue-green algae. That is also an example of a prokaryotic cell only. So mycoplasma and PP yellow, the smallest cell, they are also examples of the prokaryotic cell. So the bacteria it varies in shape. It could be comma shaped, it could be spherical, it could be rod like shape. Then if we talk about the organization of the prokaryotic cells, so prokaryotic cells they have a proper cell wall which is surrounding the cell membrane. They have a cell wall that is surrounding the cell membrane. The fluid matrix which is inside the cell, that we call as the cytoplasm. The genetic material is not enveloped. The genetic material which is present inside the cell, it doesn't contain a well developed nucleus. It is not present inside the nuclear envelope. Rather it is inside the cytoplasm only, and the smaller DNAs which are present are called the plasmids inside the prokaryotes. So the plasmid DNA, the nuclear membrane is found only inside the eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotes have two special features. One is inclusions they have, and second one is they have mesosomes. These two are the peculiar features of the prokaryotic cells. So inclusions are basically the reserved material that is present in the prokaryotes, and it is stored in the form of inclusion bodies. So the reserved food or reserved material is stored in the form of inclusions inside the prokaryotic cell. And if we talk about mesosomes, so these are the inner foldings of the cell membrane. These are the infoldings of the cell membrane. So these are the two peculiar features of the prokaryotic cell, that it is having inclusions which are serving as the reserve material, as well as it is having mesosome which is serving as infoldings of the cell membrane. Then next is, if we talk about the cell envelope and its modifications inside the prokaryotic cell, so then most of the prokaryotic cells, usually the bacterial cells, they have a cell envelope. The cell envelope that is bounded by a three-layered structure. The cell envelope that is bounded by a three-layered structure. The outermost layer is glycocalyx. Then they have followed by cell wall and then the plasma membrane. Glycocalyx. Then they have the inner structure. The outermost layer is the glycocalyx. Then they have cell wall and then the cell membrane. This is cell envelope inside the prokaryotic cell. Is basically that structure. So that the main function of this is the glycocalyx that differs in the composition and thickness. It could be this glycocalyx, if it is loose, so it is known as slim layer, while if it is thick and tough, then it is called capsule. So glycocalyx, if it is thin, then it is called slim layer, and if it is thick and tough, then it is called capsule. If it is thin, so we will call it as the slim layer. If it is thick, so then we will call it as the capsule. Thick and tough, basically their main function is to form the protective covering only. Then cell wall, it determines this cell wall जो है, it will determine the shape of the cell. Glycocalyx is outer covering of bacterial cell only, and it is mainly responsible for protection only. Cell wall again helps to provide the shape to the cell, and it provides the prevent the bacterium from bursting or collapsing. The cell wall, the main function of cell wall is to provide shape, then and second thing is to provide the and to prevent the cell from shape to cell, and then another function is to prevent the bursting or collapsing of the cell. So these are the two main functions of the cell wall. The plasma membrane or the cell membrane, which we call it, is semi-permeable in nature, and this membrane is similar to the eukaryotes. It will also be functioning as the filter only. So next is bacteria. It can be classified on the into two groups on the basis of cell envelope. On the basis of cell envelope, we can divide the bacteria into two groups. Bacteria can be divided into two groups. So these two groups will be, one will be gram positive, depending upon the response they are giving to the staining procedure. Okay? So those which give response to the gram stain, they will be the gram positive, and those which will not be giving response to the gram stain, they will be gram negative bacteria. So these are the two categories, on depending upon the cell envelope. The bacteria can be divided into two groups. So that is in response to the staining procedure. In response to the staining procedure. Next is the bacterial cells. They may be motile or they may not be. If they are motile, so they will be having a special structure that is known as flagella, that will be helping them in movement. So this flagella will consist of bacterial flagella जो है, it consists of three parts basically: filament, hook and basal body. These three parts will be present inside the flagella: filament, hook and the basal body. Apart from this flagella, pili and fimbriae, these are other two surface structures which are also present on the bacteria, but they do not play. Pili and fimbriae, these are also two structures which are present, but they do not play any role in the motility. only this flagella helps in the movement or motility. Villi and fimbriae, they are the surface structures, but they do not play any role in the movement inside the bacteria. So villi जो है, it is a tubular like structure, and fimbriae जो है, it is a bristle like structures which are sprouting from the cell. So this was all about your prokaryotic cells. Apart from this, prokaryotes which are associated with the plasma membrane, they are also having ribosomes. The ribosomes subunits, ribosomes are also present. Ribosomes are basically the sites of protein synthesis. It is basically a structure where protein synthesis occur. The two ribosomal subunits are 50S and 30S. These two subunits are there, 50S and 30S subunits of ribosomes. These are basically the sites of protein synthesis, and many of the ribosomes, when they attach to mRNA, and form a chain, they are called as polysomes. When attached to mRNA and form a chain, ribosomes, when they attach to mRNA and form a chain, they are called polysomes, or we call them as the polyribosomes. Or they are known as polyribosomes. So the ribosomes of a polysome, they help to translate RNAs into proteins. The ribosomes which are present inside the polysomes. And inclusion bodies, I already told you, inclusion bodies will be storing the reserve material in the prokaryotic cells. So this was all about your topic of prokaryotic cells. So tomorrow in the next lecture, I will be providing you the information regarding the cell membrane. Then if we talk about eukaryotic cells, next is your eukaryotic cells. Although eukaryotic cells we will be discussing in detail later on. Eukaryotic cells basically, they comprises of all protistas. Prokaryotic cells, I already told you, they comprises of mainly bacteria. Eukaryotic cells mainly consists of your protists, your plants, your animals and fungi. These are included inside the eukaryotic cells. So eukaryotic cells are those cells which are which have a well-developed nucleus. Compartmentalization is there inside the cytoplasm, and membrane bound cell organelles are there. They have different compartments. They have different cell organelles. Cell organelles are membrane bound. Well-developed nucleus is there. So these are the peculiar features of a eukaryotic cell. And eukaryotic cells, in addition to it, they have the genetic material that is organized inside into the chromosomes. They have a well-developed nucleus as well as the genetic material present inside the chromosomes. Then they have this complex locomotory structures also. So these all cells, they differ from one another. Eukaryotic and this plant cells, animal cells, fungi, these all cells, they differ from one another. So tomorrow we will be discussing about plant cell and animal cell in the next lecture. So till now, thank you so much.